What's going on, boys? Back at it. So welcome to my first video. We got my boy E-Man in the chair. He came in after like 3 months not getting a haircut, and it's a step-by-step transformation process. Look at this long hair right here, super long. So first thing we're gonna do is part out the hair. Trying to get a good section on top because we don't want the sides not to match the top. You want the sides to have a good base. We can't have little Oompa Loompa hair on top and bald fade on the sides. So right here, just getting that nice even section. Want to make sure all the hairs are lined up nice. You want a very good part. That's what's going to succeed the haircut. You know what I'm saying? Look at that line, nice and straight. And we're really doing this in a horseshoe concept, as we call it, all the way around the head. I'll show you guys in the next clip. So this is the final result. This is what the horseshoe should look like. Basically, you just want to allow the hair that's on the sides of the head to stay on the sides of the head. So we're gonna hit him with the number 4 guard right now. We're just gonna debulk. I like the number 4 just because it's more of a natural length. But yeah, because if you use your scissors, you'll get something like this, but it's easier if you just hit with the number 4 and do clipper over comb. That's what I did for the top. So yeah, I'm about to get my boy E-Man fresh with the fade. So since we debulked, I like adding the extra debulk just to make it easier to get my guidelines. So I'm going within the 1.5 right here. And it's real quick, just really clearing out that bottom section. I kind of, go halfway up his head with this one, matching the shape of his head that we want to go with, almost like a drop fade. My boy E-Man here, he's not too picky with his haircut, so he usually lets me sculpt him up and whatever I decide. So figure out his head shape and we'll go from there. But yeah, just match that line around the parietal ridge. One of the things I do like too about using the 1.5 is it's that guard that you can hit with clipper over comb afterwards, or you could throw in some extra guards, even some scissors, some blending shears and a comb, and you'd be good to go. It's real versatile. Guard's probably one of my favorite. So then once we hit this last spot right here, I'm gonna go ahead and get my trimmers out, and we're gonna hit them with the bald spot. So now got my trimmers out. I'm gonna line them up. This is where we really set that guideline for what shape you want to take. So notice right there, the first mark, I matched the shape that we had with the part. That allows you to get more natural looking fade. Same thing with this drop. The drop, you just match the shape of his actual neck there. But that first initial guideline, that curve, I'm matching, the part on top of his head. Because we want to make sure that part, since that's where all his natural hair is at, we're going to allow that fade to go up there. So same thing right here, just catching it from the behind, pause. And then we'll go back up and try to match where his horseshoe part lies. One of the most careful things you gotta worry about right here is knowing where you're at in regards to the other side of the head. So with me, I usually keep in mind how high up the ear I am. So for both sides of his ears, I was about like almost 1/4 of an inch above his actual ear. So right here is debulking. I like to use my trimmers. Some people prefer to use a different set of clippers. It's personal preference. Another personal preference thing right here is this balder, this foil shaver. I love them. It adds that extra enhancement to your cut with just a different contrast between the layers. So we're sticking this under that guideline. We want to make sure that we knock down all the stubble, kind of leave it skin. It also lets the haircut last longer for the customer. Just do this all the way around the head. These are the Babyliss Pro. I think double foil. I love them. Super powerful, but they take some getting used to for sure. And the battery lasts forever on them too. Don't take that long to charge up. All around, great foil shaver. The only thing that sucks though is the actual foils themselves. If you do a lot of cuts like me, they can dull out kind of easily. But yeah, other than that, no, they're a great foil shaver. Definitely recommend. So after we balled out right here, I'm gonna go back with my guard open. I went all the way around the head, kind of matched the guideline we have right now. Just me fading it out. Just really, I like to, once I'm at a guideline with the guard open, I'll just come down and slowly close my guard and work down the section. So I don't fade from the bottom to the top. I kind of go down because, it's easier to make a client fade higher if you start at the bottom. And I think also too, it's just easier to blend going down because you're gonna hit all those hairs regardless. The longer your length is with the lever open.
Where are you at?
So you can see as that blend comes to life right here, very slowly but surely. And then we're gonna close out that section right here in the corner and see how that one comes to life as well. And one of the things too about fading is the key to it is letting the clipper do the work, right? Just like any other trade, you want the machines to do the work, not yourself. So real light, you don't gotta press too hard on each fade. So right here in between that 1.5 section and what we just did, I'm using a half guard. Same reason I like the 1.5 guard. For this one is it's easy. It's in between, so you can do a lot with it. It's gonna hit right where we started off with the open lever, but at the same time, in between the 1.5 and this half guard, you could use some blending shears. You could use the edge of the clippers, the corners right here, how I've been doing, and you kind of get a good, decent fade. Now, obviously, I recommend this when you got a lot of back-to-back customers. It's not something that, I would encourage if you do, a couple clients a day. Right? This will get the job done, but it's not going to give you, a $1 million price tag to it. But definitely does produce great results, and I love it. We ought to come with tricks to make our haircuts easier, our clients satisfied, and it's one of the things I have, so if y'all feel like you give it a try. So right here is making sure that we're connecting to where we started at on the right side of his head. Just using the edge of that clipper right there, just getting all the details, make sure we're hitting those dark spots. My trimmer's back out. I like to keep my C cups, my boxes, all the edges for all my clients as natural as possible. So barely tapping right here, really just getting the baby hairs that are hanging off. One of the good things too about, keeping the hair kind of short around the C cups, you get to see the hairs that lay over. It's one of the best benefits. So I love doing this for last. You get to see the fade comes to life. You let the lineup come to life, and it just pops a little bit extra. I think it's super satisfying seeing where the initial curve is and where the corner of that box is at, and just allowing it to, come together seamlessly. So after this, I come back, I hit him with a straight razor around, the C cups right here. Hit him on the neck with a straight razor behind his neck, and make sure we got all the little hairs off, clean him up, and get him out of here. So here it is, my boy E-Man, all nice and fresh after the cut. Cut off about an inch and a half off the top, but I allowed it to connect to his sides. That's kind of why we do the horseshoe part that we did in the middle. Yeah, bro. Tell me if you guys like the cut. Boy, E-Man looks hella fresh. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe.